0-4 so far. A very warm welcome to Bamako, Mali from me, Tim Long, alongside former GB women's head coach Roy Birch. We're into the 5th day of Africa's flagship international basketball tournament for women, and this one sees two Group B teams in a battle to avoid bottom spot. And you see the rest of the fixtures through this final day of action in the group stage. 6 games on this court over the next 10 hours or so. In this one, Guinea at 0-4 have been the poorest team in the competition so far, conceding an average of over 100 points per game and losing their last contest by a tournament high 73 to Nigeria yesterday. DR Congo also 0-4 so far, but they've shown a lot more fight, especially in the last 2 games, losing by just 7 to defending champion Senegal, and then yesterday by 10 to Mozambique.
Yeah, DR Congo will be disappointed in that game against Mozambique yesterday. They played pretty good basketball against Angola the night before, but yesterday you might say they let themselves down because, well, there just wasn't the spark there at all. I was quite disappointed actually with former WNBA player Bernadette Nguesa, although in her defence she's probably in worse shape than she was when she was in her heyday. But then again, you can say that about quite a few players. For Guinea, their captain and veteran player, here she is coming out, just being introduced to the crowd. I'm very impressed with her ability, but I think she's got 39-year-old legs, and perhaps this is her last tournament. Then again, there's Angelina Keita there. It's going to be a great battle between her and Bernadette Nguesa. Two players probably the same physical shape, and that should be an interesting battle indeed.
We see the 2 sets of players being introduced here onto the floor. DR Congo, who have vastly improved after a really disappointing start to the campaign. Key players for them, the number 9 Natasha Mambengia-Teba, the number 12 Mazunga Nyota, and the number 15 Makongo Madiri have all impressed over the last few days.
Yeah, number 9 there, coming out, Teba, with that heavily bandaged eyebrow. She played yesterday in a head bandage to stop the bleeding, one assumes, so let's hope she's 100%. She's smiling anyway today, so she's probably okay.
Guinea and DR Congo both out on the floor. And there is Madiri, who's got a pretty impressive stat line at this tournament so far. We'll discuss those key players a little more in a few seconds, but first we'll pause for the 2 national anthems of DR Congo and Guinea.
À présent, l'hymne national de RDC.
Here we go, tip-off on the final day of group stage action at the FIBA Women's AfroBasket 2017 tournament, just moments away. A spirited but winless DR Congo taking on a Guinea side that's lost each of their 4 games by at least 30 points, including the 2 biggest defeats of the tournament so far. Former GB Women's head coach Roy Birch alongside me, Tim Long, for this one. No wins for either, Roy, but DR Congo should be the clear favourites.
First of all, Tim, thank you very much for introducing me with the former GB coach title, etc. Actually, it was before the dawn of time, 1980 and 1984, a long time ago. I'm very proud of my record as coach, but it's a dim and distant past now. Anyway, back to the present day, and the old cliche, what is it? They're playing for pride. Neither of these teams wants to come 6th place in the group, so this should be quite a nice battle to watch.
The battle to avoid bottom spot in the group. No chance of making the quarterfinals for either of these 2 nations, although we will have the place matchups to decide who finishes in what position through the 12 teams. As we see the DR Congo roster here, you look to the bottom there, Congo Mediri, an impressive 9 points, 6.3 boards, 1.5 blocks, 1 steal per game as well, doing a bit of everything. Mazunga Nyota, the leading rebounder, the number 12, a team high 7.3 in that department. And the number 9, Membengia Teba, averaging a team high 3.5 assists a game.
I'll be looking out again for Nadia Perouche, number 13 of Guinea. As I've said, she's 39 years of age, but she has a great basketball intelligence. And I'm sure her team very, very grateful for the experience that she's shown over the years. The other thing to remember is that DR Congo are actually the 2nd most successful nation in terms of African Women's Basketball Championships. They've won it twice. I'll rephrase that actually, 3 times. They're 3 medalists, 83, 86 and 94, but everyone else a long, long way behind Senegal.
We see the Guinea roster there, and Perouche Niang, the number 13 there, 20.6 assists in a great Game 2 performance. She's only shot 2 of 17 from the field across the other 3 games, though. They could do with a bigger performance from her if they're to finish with a win, as we see their starting 5, and you see her in there at power forward. Aisha Mara is a key player as well, had to tournament best 18 points in Game 3 and then 11 yesterday as well. And Simone Keita, an impressive double-double back on game day 2. And we see the key players for either team. Aisha Mara, who I just talked about, was 3 of 5 from the field in that double-figure performance yesterday. So back-to-back double-figure games for her. And Mediri for DR Congo, that impressive all-round stat line.
Coach Usman Kamara there of Guinea. We've been fairly critical of Guinea throughout the tournament, actually, because they do so many things well, but then they just cannot shoot. The shooting technique is somewhat lacking, to say the very least. I've no doubt that some of the top teams here have players, even on game day and certainly on practice day, take 500 to 1,000 shots in that practice situation. I'm not sure that Guinea are in that class.
One of their best shooters was the number 7, Kadi Mbai, who averaged 11.7 points across the first 3 games, but then yesterday she was 0 of 8 from the field, had just 1 point. So they've struggled to rely on anyone to provide any real consistency, certainly in terms of shooting.
Well, Papa Kouande, can't miss him. Very colourful shirt, the coach of DR Congo.
Here we go, the 5th and final group stage game for these 2. About to get underway at FIBA Women's AfroBasket 2017. 3-time African champions DR Congo taking on Guinea. A first win of the tournament and avoiding bottom place in the group on the line, as we see straight away a turnover and an opportunity for Guinea to score the first points. Perouche Niang, she's going to kick it out. Here is Mbai, who had that 0 of 8 shooting game yesterday. Now Perouche Niang, who's only 2 of 17 over those other 3 games. And she hits the first today, that's what she can do.
Inevitably, Guinea sitting back in a zone.
Is Perouche Niang going to have a repeat performance of Game 2 when she had 20 points.
There's that little confrontation I identified between Simone Keita and Bernadette Nguesa.
Two big bodies colliding in that matchup. Shot from this near side off the mark from Mambengia Teba. Mumbai fires it across, same spot. Purushniang closed down though, tries to feed it into the low post. The pass wasn't on.
Oh, showing a lack of patience there. Just wait for the low post player to set up.
Across to the corner it goes to Kapingo Colombo, back out. Driving from the high post, Mambengia Teba. Can't move too much, back out to the number 7 on the far side, Kapingo Colombo. Offensive rebound for Tila Makiesa, and a foul.
Purushia there just slow to react to the rebound. She hadn't got a body on her man. And then really forced a foul. There we go.
First foul of the game on the former French international, Nadia Purushniang. It sends Futila Makiesa to the line, one of 5 players still on the roster that was part of their last African Championships appearance 6 years ago, which also came here in Bamako. After missed foul shots, Guinea will push the ball down the floor with Mara. Ooh. Bit of a carry from her as she tries to cross over towards the baseline.
Well, the height of the bounce has no bearing on the legality of the dribble, but that was a definite carry.
Turnover for Mara, who's looking for a third double-figure scoring game in a row. Mambengia Teba off to Futila Makiesa, who tries to get it back on the perimeter, but it slips through her hands.
It's quite a skill getting the ball into a low post, and it depends upon 2 things. First of all, vision from the passer and positional play from the post player. And so far we've seen 4 examples of both.
Mara will Guinea try and get it into the low post here. They'll drive in. Mid-range open look won't fall for Bar. Mambengia Teba, nice pass. That's a good pass into the low post, and Guisa is there to put it in.
What a difference a day makes. She missed so many of those yesterday. And then again, different quality opposition.
Bounce pass, and at the other end it's a simple 2 for Simone Keita. The 2 players we were talking about in that matchup down low. Calling for it is Guisa again. Bounce pass down the baseline. They're looking for Guisa once more. It's saved on the baseline by Guinea though.
She passed it through her legs backwards. That's fabulous awareness.
Purushniang then tried to release the ball down the court, but the defence and the offence both didn't quite know where it was as it flew over their heads. Fizzed into Guisa again. Bounces it against the shins of her teammate. Difficult pass to handle. Guisa and Keita ending up butting heads. Guisa, hand off to the corner. Mambengia Teba, step down the baseline, misses the shot.
Guinea do try and initiate the fast break almost every time they get a defensive rebound or a loose ball. The trouble is, the outlet pass goes and then nothing else happens.
Mara to Purushniang, on to Mbai. Mbai to Keita, knocked away towards the perimeter. Here's Fatou Bar into the paint. Nice pass that to Keita, and a nice finish too. It's been a very positive start from Guinea. 3.5 minutes in, they lead by 4. Here's Guinea at the other end, disrupted by Niang. It's still going to be DR Congo ball.
Let's see what DR Congo got in the forms of an out-of-bounds play. Well, they step on the sideline. That's not the best out-of-bounds play I've ever seen.
It's not going well for them after an improvement over the last few games. Mara. Niang coming across to receive the ball now. Mumbai. Movement from Mara, who receives it on the far side. Left hand dribble drive again. It was a high bounce that she struggled to control. It's Guinea ball, but only 5 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Niang to the bench. Keita, the handoff. They've got to get a shot away as they kick it out to the perimeter. Bar didn't have time to put the ball on the floor.
Well, that's a shame because DR Congo were off on the break just as the shot clock violation sound went. I think we might have let that go.
It stops the fast break that the Congolese were hoping for, and they have to do it in the half court. Mbengue into Guinea across to the far side. High catch for Kapinga Colombo. And the turnaround mid-range jumper good for Makongo Madiri. Mara. Sako. Mbai. Fires in a pass to Mara. Back to the basket. She comes back out to the perimeter. Bar, she'll take on the 3, something she should have done at the end of that shot clock on the previous possession. Misses this one though. Into Guinea, who couldn't handle the ball. Bar getting harassed at centre court by Mbengue. Now Mbai. Mbai will stop for the 3, left unguarded and makes them pay, and that's the way to respond to that 0 of 8 shooting game yesterday.
Well, DR Congo are in a man-to-man, but no hands up there against the three-point shooter.
She had shot the outside shot well over the first 3 games before that disappointment yesterday, so she's back in business. Mbengue into Makongo Madiri, and a foul. There goes Fatima Sako. Getting up by 5, 9-4, just over the midway point of the first quarter. Makongo Madiri at the foul line, looking to add to her couple of points already. Averaged 9 at this tournament so far.
How can Guinea handle the situation? I think it's the first time they've been in the lead relatively late in the first quarter.
In any game, any of their 6 or 5 games rather at this group stage. Still plenty of time in the first for DR Congo to turn it around, 4.5 minutes. Mbai moving it into Mara. Back to Mbai, who hit the 3 on the last possession. Suma now is in the game, the 19-year-old who's full of energy. Mara. And it knocked away by Kapinga Colombo, and then a foul.
And I think that came from the pressure that DR Congo have applied. They seem to be alternating their defense. I'm not quite sure what it was then. It looked initially like a zone. Then I think at some stage they may have switched it.
So a chance for DR Congo to get back within touching distance, or maybe even tie. And back in comes Cecile Nyoka, who's been efficient so far. Turnaround jumper for Makongo Madiri, who's hit a couple now. 6 points here in the first for her. 1 point ball game. Suma going through the gears, going all the way through. Can't finish. It's been the story of her tournament. And a foul then as Simone Keita grabbed the offensive rebound.
Excellent work from Keita there. A good offensive rebound against two players considerably taller than her. And she had the courage to draw the foul. Now can she shoot the foul shots?
One of their most experienced players, part of the team at the last couple of tournaments, Simone Keita. Had a really good game on game day 2. 10 points, 14 rebounds and 4 steals. Although she was scoreless with just 3 rebounds yesterday. Missed all 3 of her shots.
Well, if she had given the ball a little air, more chance of scoring.
Mbengue Teba to Nyoka. Mbengue Teba trying to feed it into Goyisa. Keita doing well on defense, really well. Finds a pass too to Mbai. Mbai just holds it up. Waits for the cavalry to arrive. Mara the crossover onto the left. A teammate got in her way. Shot clock's down to the final 5 seconds here. Suma loses it on the dribble. Chance for DR Congo to take the lead. Looking in towards the low post and then just doing it herself was Nyoka.
I get the impression that Guinea are making it up as they play. There doesn't seem to be an awful lot of organisation on their offence. They're almost playing street ball here.
Mbai looking to use a screen, goes the other way, gets to the foul line, into the paint, denied by Mokongo Madiri. Back out, Suma puts the ball on the floor and a reach in.
And with 3 seconds on the shot clock, DR Congo bailed Guinea out there.
Three fouls each now, here in the first with just under 3 minutes to go. That the one that's given DR Congo the lead from Nyoka from mid-range. Said she'd been efficient, 7.3 points, 2 steals per game, shooting over 40% in limited minutes. And that's a nice layup at the other end from Mara.
Well, that was neither good individual defence, nor was it good team defence. There was no pressure on the ball handler and no help.
Here she is again inside Mokongo Madiri. They keep going into her and she draws contact again. So a chance to move on to 8 points already. And we're going to have a timeout with around 2.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Guinea with the edge by just 1. It's been a tight opening 10 minutes or 7.5 minutes. And Guinea lead the Democratic Republic of Congo 11-10 at the timeout.
D'accord? Simone, celles qui sont derrière, s'il y en a une ici, et que tu es dessus, et qu'on lâche la balle ici.
Well, after being the veritable lambs to the slaughter in the first game against Senegal, which they lost 39-105, Guinea find themselves in unknown territory with a lead late in a quarter. How can they handle the, inverted commas, pressure?
Là, il ne faut pas sauter, passe toute fonce. Tu montes tout simplement en posant. Si elle va prendre le shot, carrément, tu es là et tu vas la bloquer. Ne sautez pas, mes amis. En attaque. Oh.
A rather animated Papa Kayende,
La première des choses.
coach of DR Congo.
On y va. On y va. Avant, effectivement.
Took Senegal so close. 7 points. As opposed to what happened to Guinea against Senegal.
Lost by 66.
And yet, it's a close game.
Guinea actually in front in this one. We return off the back of the timeout with Guinea leading 11-10. And Bayou's hit a 3 for them as part of that 11 points so far after missing all 8 of her shots yesterday. Mokongo Madiri, who has 6 of DR Congo's 10 points. Tagged one more onto that.
Again, Tim, I've just seen a player being approached by the referee and being told to take her earrings off. It is unforgivable.
They certainly should know by now. It's the 5th game in 6 days of this tournament for these two teams. By bounce pass off the foul line was beautiful. beautiful, and the bounce will go for Mara. What an assist from Angeline Keita.
A sublime backdoor cut and the pass as well.
Very rarely do we see an incisive offense like that from Guinea. Guisa. And then Mbaye coming back to get a piece of the ball, force the turnover. Suma losing it on the dribble drive, but knocked away.
Well, we said at the top of the programme that Bernadette Guisa, former NBA player, there she is leaving the court now, but I can see why. She's not in the best condition, but she's got some good passing moves, good vision.
Mbaye will inbound from the baseline with 14 on the shot clock. Mara. Get that layup on the previous possession, cross over towards the baseline, trying to do it all herself. Mbengi Teba, final minute and a half of the first. Belinda Natumba on the court, into Makonga Madiri, and then ball on the floor on the other side. Offensive board Makonga Madiri, and a foul. So for her, a chance to, in the first quarter, surpass her tournament average and to move to double figures in the first just over 8.5 minutes.
I didn't see who got the foul there. I hope it wasn't Perusha, because if it was, that's a second foul. It was indeed a second foul, yeah.
For Nadia Purush-Niang. What a start we've seen from Makongo Madiri. 10 points in 8 minutes and 40 seconds, having averaged 9 through the tournament. And a turnover from Guinea here, so a chance for DR Congo to really give themselves a lead at the end of the first, if they can continue to build on this momentum. Congo Madiri, very high arcing pass across to the far side, but it worked well enough. Three-point shot will fall for Cecile Nyoka.
Well, not quite the biggest lead of the game, but pretty close. I think Guinea have led by 5 at one stage, but now it's the other way around. DR Congo both 3, and some pressure from them as well.
Purush-Niang, it's showing as a 3 on your screen, but on the scoreboard at the arena they've counted that as a 2. So 16-3 is the score here.
Well, I think the referee's going to have to clarify that. It was a 3, I think, from where we're sitting.
Indeed, it looked to be a 3, but only 2 went onto the scoreboard. Difficult to tell from that angle, and from that angle. Did she have a toe on the line? Mara to Purush-Niang. That's certainly a 3, but she can't hit it. Rebound, Kabobo Hwangi. Good pass down the floor. Nyoka stopped by Mara. Maybe that we get the scoreboard sorted out here at the end of the first quarter, if indeed it was a 3, but still looks like a 2 at the moment.
Oh, lovely fake.
She's played really well, Nyoka, since coming in, and a basket and a foul from Makongo Madiri, who is having a standout first quarter.
Well, the defender took that fake hook line and veritable sinker then. The thing about a fake is it's got to look like the real thing. If the fake looks like a fake,
you're not buying.
You're not buying it.
19-13 is the correct score. Final 10 seconds of the quarter. Shot clock should be turned off, but it was still running.
Now 6 seconds. What have DR Congo got?
It has now been turned off, so 6.5 seconds. The Congolese have turned around an early deficit to lead by 6 points. And a chance to extend that here. Risky inbound pass picked up by Mara, who's got time, and Mbaye thought about the 3, maybe should have taken it. And that brings the first quarter to a close. Guinea did very well for the first 7 minutes or so, but the DR Congo ending the quarter on a high lead by 6, 19-13.
are neither team managing the clock at all well there. 6.5 seconds to go and neither team got anything from it. Got to talk about it, got to communicate.
The prize for the two finalists at this tournament will be a place at the Women's Basketball World Cup in Spain next September. Just a dream for these two to be there. They've got no chance now.
No, they've got to wait another couple of years. And even then, they'll be after the Tokyo Olympics, I think. But not looking likely.
We see the shooting numbers from that first quarter, both teams shooting around 50% from the field, and DR Congo at the foul line. That's where the damage has been done. 7 of 9, Guinea just 0 of 2.
Well, I just mentioned African Championships in a couple of years' time, 2019, and of course in the Tokyo Olympics there's an additional basketball situation, 3-on-3. Perhaps some of these players, or some of these countries rather, more possibility of getting to Tokyo with a 3-on-3 than the full-size game.
It's the Tunisian star player at this tournament, Huda Hamrouni, who's competed at 3-on-3 level at important tournaments for her country, and then playing in this more conventional 5-on-5 African Championships. Maybe some will go the other way. Start of the second quarter, the DR Congo leading by 6 points over Guinea, who start with the ball. Purushniang to Mbai, who hit a three-pointer in that first. Keita into Purushniang, who also hit one from the outside. Keita, who hit a couple. Mbai heaves one from way beyond the three-point line and misses towards the end of the shot clock.
Perfect description there, Tim. That wasn't a shot, that was a heave.
Natumba, the Congo Mederi, 13 points in the first quarter, was calling for the ball there. It goes the other way, and Nyoka, who had a good contribution as well, misses. Mbai looking forward. Purushniang, the 35-year-old, finds the 39-year-old. Mbai on the move is a much more youthful and energetic Mara to Purushniang. Into Keita. Back out, and Mbai will shoot the shot. That's more of a shot, but it bounces off the rim and over the top of the backboard.
Well, the decisive fact so far is the DR Congo defense. They're playing tough man-to-man, and Guinea playing a somewhat subdued zone.
And the Guinea defense that hasn't been able to avoid the fouls around the basket. The difference in the score is basically the difference in the free throw attempts.
I would suggest there's a distinct difference in the rebound stats as well. That's what it feels like anyway.
High catch and turn for Congo Mederi, a rare miss for her in this game. Mbai. Bar backing in, turning towards the baseline. Congo Mederi stuck with her all the way.
Again, the stifling defense of the DR Congo.
They're looking to run now, 4-on-3, but the three back there did a decent enough job for Guinea, and even the 39-year-old Purushniang will end up at the bottom of that pile.
And it's DR Congo possession. And because they have the ball, there's no reset, so the shot clock on 13.
There's the one-on-one defense from Congo Mederi. London Natumba to Makongo Kabobo Panki.
And we have an and one.
And they're starting to open up a gap. Keita's first foul. miss from Kabobo Hwangi, who's also been pretty efficient in limited minutes on court, just 8.5 minutes a game. She's managed 4.3 points, 3.3 rebounds in that time, shot close to 50% from the field, and she shoots 50% from the line.
Again, the defense forces a turnover.
Out to the corner, Belonda Natumba could have taken the open three, fires it in. Lovely footwork through the paint from Kabobo Hwangi.
Well, DR Congo have got the measure of this Guinea zone. How long can they afford to stay in it, Guinea? Oh, that's very close to a backcourt violation as well.
And by, the lead has grown to 9. Purushniak. There's an offensive foul away from the ball.
Now, Guinea coach, are you going to watch this lead stretch, or are you going to change this defense?
The first opportunity to make it a double-digit lead now. Bombola Bologna, and it goes towards Makongo Mediri. They're surrounding her. There's going to be open players, and Nyoka is one of them. Can't get it to go, but guess who's underneath? Makongo Mediri, 15 points now.
Yeah, DR Congo sorted out this zone. Nice high post pass there to the low post. And Guinea have no answer.
Purushniak to Mara. First double-digit lead of the game at 11. Purushniak swings it around the frame of Makongo Mediri, trapped under the basket, but finding a way up to Keita, who rattles it around, gets called for a travel.
If you catch it while you're standing still, you're not allowed to take a 2 count. It looked good. And there's the Guinea timeouts. Now, will they come back onto the floor in anything other than this very static zone?
Timeout with 6 minutes and 46 seconds remaining in the first half. The Democratic Republic of Congo leading by 11, 24-13.
Acha. Changement. Donc toi tu rentres. Ok. Ok. Et sans pression haute. Hein. D'accord, il y a une boîte. Et quand il y a une boîte, si c'est toujours une boîte, d'accord, celle qui est en boîte, il va se retrouver en bas. S'il y a une boîte sur une de vous deux, vous allez vous retrouver en bas. D'accord.
Vous devez venir. Vous devez venir, ça doit être fermé. Mais qui boit, fermé, qui boit.
A rare situation here. Hush has settled over the arena. Later on, it'll be bedlam. Players can actually hear what the coaches are saying. They can also hear what they're saying on defense, the players from each team. And Nyoka there, there's 4 points. Got her team leading by 11. Now, what are Guinea going to do coming out of that timeout?
The action will get back underway with DR Congo up by 11, 24-13. Final 7 minutes of the half.
No, still sitting in that zone.
Chance for the Congolese to extend their advantage here. Belonda Natumba onto the foul line. Kabobo Hwangi across to the far side. The three-point shot short. Bar first to the rebound. Purushniak down floor, and Suma didn't quite know where it was. Bombolo Bologna. Corner of the paint. Kabobo Hwangi out to Belonda Natumba, who shoots the three. Another miss. Keita and Purushniak going for the same rebound, and Bai eventually grabs it. Purushniak to Suma. Suma, probably one of the quickest players we've seen on court in this tournament. Kicks it out to the far side. Bars mid-ranger off the mark, and now a chance 2-on-1 in transition. There's a trail as well.
Saving grace there for Guinea. That was a poorly executed fast break from the DR Congo. A bounce pass would have been lovely.
remains at 11. By into Suma. Purushniang trying to create some room for a teammate. Suma goes the other way. Clings onto it, has it knocked away. Really good steal that from Kabobo Hwanji. Down the floor she comes and lays it up and in.
Best way to beat a zone. Get there before it sets up.
Defense leading to offense. 13-point lead. Suma, Purushniang was wide open for the three, but it never reached her. Great pass down the floor from Bombolo Bologna. And the finish belonged to Natumba.
Well, Guinea in all sorts of disarray at both ends of the floor.
They stuck with DR Congo for a little while, but now the Congolese have blown it open. Suma dribbling into a pack, back out. Good luck, Purushniang. They need something, they don't get it. Another long pass down the floor to try and beat that zone. Won't bounce off the front rim, but an offensive rebound and a foul. So 2 foul shots coming up.
Well, the last 3 offenses, the first 2, DR Congo finished off with a fast break. They tried a fast break then as well. They didn't actually score, but they got something. They got a foul and 2 foul shots.
Nortis Kabobo Hwanji has had an impact since coming in. I was saying before how efficient she'd been in just 8.5 minutes a game on court. Well, she's got a chance to move to 7 points already here. I think all of them coming in this second quarter, although she misses the first.
It was a 1-point game not so long ago, and DR Congo running away with it. And Guinea helping them to do so by just sticking in this inefficient zone, let's say. At some stages, all 5 Guinea players are in the restricted area on defense. If you're going to play a zone, then you've got to make it efficient, you've got to make it work.
Suma trying to find Purushniang and then looking the other way as well. Handed back to Suma. We'll have to work in the final 7 seconds of this shot clock as she misses the shot. Big collision underneath as Keita looked to throw it up.
Let's call that foul uncompromising.
We'll get a chance to stop the rot from the stripe with Simone Keita.
Behind her, Purushniang getting her troops together, trying to sort something out.
She misses both, so they're still on a big scoreless streak. Towards the low post, Keita working hard to make amends for those missed free throws.
Well, you can never accuse Keita of not putting 100% effort in.
Nyoka to inbound to Kapinga Colombo. Back out across to the far side. And that one goes down. And the lead gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, move the zone around, find the open shooter and bury it.
What a good performance from Nyoka, who now has 6 points. Purushniang calling for it, Suma clings onto it. Shot clock into the final 10 seconds. Silla, the 43-year-old. Keita misses the shot. And he goes, Nyoka again, drew the attention of the defence like moths to a flame and found the free player underneath. The lead up to 20.
Well, I said not so long ago that Guinea seemed to be playing playground basketball, but it's not even good playground basketball. Saka Fatima, the guard, He's putting the ball on the floor and then nothing else is happening.
A foul called here with just 1 remaining on the shot clock. The lead is up to 20, 2.5 to play in the first. That was the pass underneath from Nyoka. The finish from Mazunga Nyota. Bar. Rebound grabbed by Mafuta. I mean, that's Silla working hard just to try and disrupt the pass. Not entirely sure, but I'd be surprised if there is an older player in the tournament than her, 43. Another one for Nyoka, who's had a fantastic quarter here, 8 points and a couple of assists.
Now, Fatima, yeah, she's stuck with the ball again, and at last someone moves to receive a pass.
Another foul.
I'm not sure the dribbler was actually going anywhere then, but she was fouled. Going to be very interesting at half-time to see the stat sheet, to see what this Guinea run is. I think it's about 20.
Silla catches her own rebound, misses twice in a row. And move it around, find the free player on the foul line. She tries to pirouette into a congested paint, has it knocked away.
Wonderful hustle from Keita there.
Purushniang wants it near side. Suma, the crossover. Purushniang gets it. Keita drops it, and it's going to lead to a simple 2 here for Kapinga Colombo. The run goes on and on.
And it can grow again. Not even an awful lot of pressure from DR Congo, and Guinea give them the ball back.
Kapinga Colombo trying to get free. Bounce pass into the edge of the paint. Back out. The informed Nyoka moves it on. 3-point shot falls well short. It's grabbed though, and there's still 15 left on the shot clock. Bombolo Bologna. Drop but picked up by Mafuta. Mafuta trying to bounce it towards the baseline. And Guinea doing well that time on defence.
And you've not said that very often, Tim.
Suma, final minute of the first half. 24 points, the difference now. Suma. Purushniang free on the perimeter. They try and drive inside. They had Purushniang and Keita free.
Well, rather a sympathetic call there from the official. There's an awful lot of suspect footwork going on there. Now, last time Guinea were on the foul line, they missed them both.
With Simone Keita. Now it's Angeline Keita to try and do better and can't. Maybe she can with this one. Finally, after a double bounce, they stop the bleeding. I think that's just one stitch in a big wound, though.
And DR Congo call a timeout, leading by 23.
With 47 seconds remaining of the first half. 37-14 the score.
Okay.
Well, not an awful lot for DR Congo coach Papa Kayonde to say here. His players have responded brilliantly.
tu dégraines quelques secondes. Et quand tu es là, c'est pour chercher à travailler en une contre une et les obliger à défendre et qu'il y ait ouverture de ligne de passe. Tu comprends bien? Et dès que tu commences à entrer, vision, c'est parti.
By contrast,
contestation, on laisse personne passer devant nous.
Coach Usman Kamara.
Boum, on le laisse derrière. Ici, on conteste, on conteste. On essaie de gagner
if
le
you're
ballon.
going to change
Dans le
the
ballon, on part.
progress of your team, coach, you've got to look at the defense.
Congo Mediri, what a game from her so far, 15 points. Already way out ahead of her tournament average of 9, and doing it on the boards as well. And enjoying the occasion too, as DR Congo look for their first win of the tournament.
Now Guinea putting a little bit of pressure on up the floor. Are they going to stay in a man-to-man? I think they are, you know. But a little bit too late. Yeah, they're in a man.
The foul called against Fantasuma. Four fouls apiece here in the second. At the line is Nora Bombolo Bologna. Misses both, and Angeline Keita grabs and then loses the rebound. She's gone down her.
And she's clutching her knee.
And it doesn't look good, does it?
No, she's in some distress.
Not sure if it's the knee or the ankle. But straight away the play stopped. We'll have a look at it here.
Yeah, no contact, it was just a trip, a slip rather.
It's the
I think
ankle,
it's the ankle,
isn't it?
yeah.
You can see it just roll under her body, and that's not good at all, and that's such a shame.
Well, she's played nearly 4.5 games in this Women's AfroBasket 2017. And I don't think she's going to play anymore.
You can see real concern. She's going to have to be carried off the court.
Get some ice on it, get it up in the air, and get it tightly wrapped to stop the swelling.
Aside from Congo Mediri, Cecile Nyoka, the other key player for the DR Congo in this big run. 8 points for her, all in the second quarter. 8 for the number 8.
So we'll start with DR Congo inline ball.
Bombolo Bologna's inbounds. Recovered by Suma, who's faster than everybody else. All the way, coast to coast, lays it up and in. A Suma surge.
I'm not sure whether DR Congo have actually spotted the change of defense.
Kapinga Colombo, final seconds of the half now as she puts one up. Nothing but net. 5 to shoot for Guinea if they're aware. Suma eventually does heave one up, but it falls short. Guinea suffer a Congolese crushing in the second. A huge run from DR Congo sees them lead 41-14 at half-time.
Well, they stuck on 14 points for so long. I think the score is actually 16, Tim, but they stuck on 14 points and stayed in that zone until 47 seconds remaining before half-time. They're going nowhere, just sitting back in a 2-1-2 zone without even working hard at it. And that's in DR Congo. They took about 3 or 4 minutes to sort it out. When they sorted out the zone offense, they just ran away with it.
Rebounds 18-12, not quite as dominant as we thought it might be for DR Congo, but 15 turnovers from Guinea is going to really hurt them, and really impressive shooting numbers from the DR Congo. And 2 impressive players, Congo Mediri and Cecile Nyoka, have combined for 23 of their 39 points. They lead at the half by 23. It's Guinea 16, the Democratic Republic of Congo 39. Welcome back to the Palais des Sports, the first of 6 games on this court on the final day of group stage action at the Women's AfroBasket 2017 here in Mali, and what a big lead it is now for the Democratic Republic of Congo, 39-16. They're up by 23, and that down to a 25-point unanswered run in that second quarter. They won the second quarter 20-3, the run stretching all the way back into the first, and they've done the damage so far behind 15 points and 3 boards from Congo Madiri, who's having a very efficient game as well. That score in just 11 minutes on court, 4 of 6 from the field, 7 of 7 from the foul line. They've had 8 points as well from Cecile Nyoka, and another 6 from Kobobo Hwanji. And Guinea have struggled to get anything going since the first.
Well, when, as a coach, you're in a situation that Osman Kamara finds himself in now, the coach to Guinea. He's come into this game and there's a lot of pride at stake, not just for him, but for his players as well. And one would assume that at half-time he looks at the stats sheet that we've been given as well and sees that run of 25 and he thinks, why did that happen? Well, if you have a run against you, a run of 6 or 8 or so, then you have a weapon in your hands as a coach. You have a timeout possibility. Now, if you call a timeout, then you've called it for a reason, because you've had a run of scoring against you. So do something about it, coach. Now, sadly for the Guinea players, they did nothing. They sat in that zone forever, it seemed. They actually changed it with 47 seconds remaining before half-time. 25 points, and the coach is going to look at that stat sheet, and I hope he sees that 25-point run and says, why did that happen? Well, it happened, coach, because you didn't do anything to stop it.
It was relatively even for the first 7 or 8 minutes. In fact, Guinea have led for 7 minutes and 19 seconds of the game so far. There were 5 lead changes early on. They led by as many as 5 at 9-4, and they were actually leading by 1, 13-12, before that 25-point unanswered run made it 37-13.
Basketball is a game of stats. There's a lot more to it than that, obviously, but it's a very important part of the game, statistics. And if you don't look at them, if you don't learn from them, you ain't going to improve.
Well, they give real and tangible data about the story of the game and about the problems that need to be solved, and there's plenty of them for Guinea at the moment. They've lost each and every game in this tournament by at least 30, so they want to try and avoid that and show an improvement here in the second half in their final group stage game.
Well, Guinea are going to start on offense, but please, please, coach, when you're on defense, don't sit in the zone.
Suma to Aisha Mara, and then Mbai. Mbai spinning in, trying to get towards the edge of the paint, kicks it back out. Good open look for 3 for Parish Niang, who misses. Hit her first shot of the game, Parish Niang, but she's missed 3 in a row since. Bombolo Bologna, who had 3 steals in that first half, and now Kapinga Colombo off the mark, rebound, gets a second chance perhaps, instead she dishes it back and a foul call. Non-shooting foul, so DR Congo will inbound from the baseline with Futile Makiesa. Bombolo Bologna.
Yeah, Guinea in the zone.
Slips through the fingers of Mafuta. It's recovered by Sumo onto Parish Niang. Can she score? Yes, she can. First points for her since the opening seconds.
Now let's see whether DR Congo have spotted the change of defense.
Zonginiota. Kapinga Colombo.
Once more, it's a switching man-to-man.
Recovered on the baseline in the corner by Futile Makiesa, who throws it into Suma's hands. 2-on-1 fast break. She'll look to go all the way herself. Misses the layup. Recovered by Mara, who can't bail her out.
Well, that's a shame. That could have given Guinea a little bit of heart. They're playing more aggressive defense now as well.
The Democratic Republic of Congo still waiting for their first score of this second half. See Keita's stat line, she's always aggressive on defence. Fatila Makiesa, nice pass, squeezed it through the eye of a needle. Gets the rebound as well and puts it in with the contact. Foul on Mara. It's her third as well. And she sat out towards the end of the first half, Aisha Mara, because of the 2 fouls. In fact, it's her fourth. Board was slow updating, so Aisha Mara 1 foul away from being fouled out of the game. They have Purushniang on 3 fouls as well. Offensive rebound off the missed free throw. And eventually Purushniang able to recover. Mara to Suma. Quick hands from Suma. Mumbai, she'll drive in, kicks it to Keita, back to Purushniang, to the corner, Suma's unguarded, she steps in, great ball movement, great feet, but not the finish, and that's typical of Guinea.
You said it, Tim, that's the first time I've seen Guinea actually zipping the ball around on offense. And they've given DR Congo a few problems now with this switch in defense.
Kapinga Colombo, and then the 2 is good for Ngusa Mafuta. Aisha Mara is fouled by Mambengi Teba.
Well, DR Congo have been a man-to-man the whole game. But that's not particularly good individual man-to-man. The help was there, but the first thing was a foul.
Mumbai.
Spread the floor.
Sacco. 1-on-1 down this near side, waiting for help. Purushniang. Down the baseline goes Sacco. Couldn't handle it. Eventually she can, but she stepped on the line. But we've seen in the first 3 minutes an improvement on defence from Guinea, but also a little bit more structure on offence.
Yeah, the problem is they've got big players playing at the point and little players playing inside.
They've still only scored 2 points in the quarter in 3 and a bit minutes. Foul shots coming up for the DR Congo with Fatila Makiesa. Keita able to recover the loose ball. 3-on-2 here momentarily. Missed 1-on-1 though by Sacco.
1-on-3, good no foul as well.
Hard fall for Kapinga Colombo, who's down holding the lower part of her back. We've seen 1 injury in this game already that looked pretty serious for Angeline Keita in the first half, so we hope for no more, and we hope that she's okay. Kapinga Colombo at the foul line. DR Congo have missed a few in this third quarter already. Offensive rebound, they've had a few of those as well off missed foul shots. Fatila Makiesa. Swivel away from the baseline, and the finish from Mazunga Nyota.
And that came from a rebound from a foul shot. When you have the inside position on a free throw situation, you've really got to box out. That's unforgivable.
It's happened time and time again By across to Suma. Still Guinea ball. 4 on the shot clock though. Prishniang will inbound. What can they come up with here? Keita, quick turn and contested 3. It fell well short. Mbengue Teba, and then Fatila Makiesa, and then the turnover. Done by Keita, underarm layup, way off the mark.
Well, DR Congo guilty of running a play for the sake of it. There was no one in the right spot to run the play, though.
Mbengue Teba into Mzungu Nyota, who's had a good game so far. She gets plenty of contact as she tries to attack the basket there.
Guinea being loaded up with fouls as well.
Not quite at the midway point of the third quarter, and they're already at the foul limit.
There are, of course, mitigating circumstances, Tim. This is a game nobody wanted to be involved in. A game for 5th and 6th in the group, and it'll be their last game. But at the moment, it looks as though DR Congo are going to be have a relative level of pride.
Bai was calling for it over on the far side. 30 points is the difference now. Keita, triple teamed underneath, and they strip her of the ball.
Good help defense, DR Congo. That's a travel. 2 players in the middle of the court there, discussing whose fault it was. It's probably 50-50.
I think I just heard the first Vuvuzela of the day.
Get security, please.
There might be 1,000 or 2 of those in later when Mali are in action. They do create some noise. Bar out to Suma for 3. Rebound grabbed by Kapinga Colombo. Mbengue Teba, high entry pass, high catch, good finish. Makongo Madiri adds to a 15 first half points.
DR Congo spotted the mismatch there and played it to perfection.
17 for her now, 5 of 7 inside, 7 of 7 from the line. By and then Bar across to Suma. Bar back out, Suma puts the ball on the floor towards the baseline, throws it into the hands of Mbengue Teba. Another fast break opportunity for DR Congo. And they're poised in the paint. Said that Guinea had lost all of their games by at least 30. At the moment, it doesn't look as though that's going to change. 34 the difference. Although a nice burst to the basket from Suma.
If you're losing games by 30 points, you shouldn't lose the game for 5th and 6th by a similar margin. We had this down as a close game, and again, what do we know?
Having said that, against the 2 strongest teams, they did lose by 66 and 73. Keita from the far side off the mark. That 73-point defeat was the biggest of the tournament so far to Nigeria.
Been called unsportsmanlike. Well, initially the defender did a good job, but then just couldn't resist the grappling move, let's say.
We're going to have a timeout with 2 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The lead for the Democratic Republic of Congo stretched to 32 at 52-20.
là, tu vas rentrer pour continuer. Okay?
Coach Usman Kamara staying calm. Wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of emotion. But the horse has bolted, I'm afraid. Yeah, the foul trouble. Difficult to identify key players in the Guinea lineup, but one player on 4 and 2 on 3. And his starting 5 not that strong. I don't know how strong his bench is.
It's a rest day tomorrow, but then after that, these two teams will be back in action. We have to find out the exact placings of the 12 teams that are competing here. Although we'll just be covering the quarterfinals for you on that day. Quarterfinals on Friday, semi-finals Saturday, and then the medal matches on Sunday.
The fact that only the gold and silver medalists go to the World Cup next year is going to make the semi-finals so tense. And in previous tournaments, and in some of the tournaments as well, the lower positions are still something to play for. In women's Eurobasket, 5th place, got a spot in the World Cup. But, the bronze medal here means just the bronze. It doesn't mean a spot in Spain next year.
Of course, it was at the semi-finals when Mali stumbled the last time they hosted this competition back in 2011. So in front of their home fans, they're desperate to make amends for that 6 years later and go to that title game and go to the World Cup and hopefully try and win it.
Another unsportsmanlike off the ball. Well, I must confess to him, I was looking at the end of the fast break. I didn't see what happened there at the beginning of it. I'm not sure the players are too clued up on what happened as well. Number 15 for DR Congo is a little distressed. Modiri, what did she do wrong? Let's see if we get a replay.
Leading scorer in the game so far with 17 points, and clearly upset with the call. A call that sends Fatou Ba to the foul line. Fatou Ba's had a horror show of a game, 0 of 5 from the field and missing the foul shot there. Hits the second though, her first score. And they get possession as well because of the unsportsmanlike.
Not seen that too often. Unsportsmanlike against one team and then same against the other.
Sumer gets that one to go.
Good hands. 43-year-old Sila Aminata showing a little bit of passion on defense there.
She did have 3 steals in under 14 minutes in game 1. Still quick as a cat. The 43-year-old cat.
Is it impolite to mention a lady's age?
Rebound grabbed by Fatila Makiesa. Mbengi Teba. 3-point shot from the far side. Underneath, grabbed and put in by Kabobo Hwanji, who's another player who's performed well so far. 8 points for her.
DR Congo out-rebounded Guinea 23-12 in the first half, and that story continues.
Suma's hit a couple recently, but misses that one.
Bodies all over the place.
Final minute and a half of the first quarter as it goes to the far side, back into the edge of the paint. Player arriving to put it in with the contact for a chance at a 3-point play.
That's a great cut. Well timed, and she got the foul.
Foul on Fatima Sacco is her first. Fatila Makiesa with a chance to complete the 3-point play and moves to 8 points in the game. led by their 17 of Congo Madiri, but they've got 4 players on 8 or 9. So they've spread the rest of the scoring around, the DR Congo. 37 the lead. Foul called against Mazunga Nyota. Inbound from Sako to Suma. Suma's just going to drive right at the heart of the defence, dishes it to Silla, who's blocked off underneath the rim. She comes up with a steal, and a second in quick succession, and lays it up and in that time. Great defensive diligence, getting back and popping the ball away.
A very sprightly senior citizen there.
Now you're being cruel. In all seriousness, you have to really admire her for the commitment to keep going at this level, at that age. It takes some doing.
Guinea got no size out there. And DR Congo having a birthday on the boards.
Mazunga Nyota. Final seconds of the third now. Shot clock turned off with 14 to play. Mazunga Nyota becomes the second Congolese player into double figures, now with 11.
Haven't really noticed the referees in this game. It's good to see. And one of them just said to the table, get a grip.
Sako, bounce pass, mid-range open look, will drop for Guinea. For Fatou Ba, her first field goal. Three-pointer at the buzzer. Bounced everywhere, but down into the net. And that brings the third quarter to a close. The lead is 35 for the Democratic Republic of Congo, 62-27 over Guinea. So we're ready for the fourth quarter of the first game out of 6 on this court here today. The Democratic Republic of Congo are now within touching distance of their first win of the competition, shooting the ball well inside at 59%. Both teams struggling from the outside, just 1 of 15 combined from three-point range. Guinea struggling from all angles, including at the foul line, where they're only 2 of 8.
Zero from 7 from three-point range against a team you're leading by 35 points against. Well, perhaps that's because Guinea sat back in that zone for so long. Perhaps there's a reason for sitting back in that zone for so long.
Easy basket for Purushniang, not been too many of those for Guinea. Plenty of offensive rebounds for the Democratic Republic of Congo. They're led by the 17 points of Congo Madiri. We get ready to start the fourth quarter with the DR Congo leading by 35, 62-27. There's Cecile Nyoka set to play a big role in this fourth quarter, as she did in the third. One of their key players, 8 points.
Well, a slight delay in proceedings here. The referee sorting something out on the table. I think something happened at the end of that third quarter to alert the referee to a problem. I hope it's been sorted out.
metres away from the foul line. From Nyoka. Guinea, who hasn't played for a while. And the outside shot good for Balonda Natumba, just as we were shining a spotlight on the three-point shooting. Only the second of the game for either team. Sacco onto Bar. Bar to Suma. Hit a couple of field goals in the third after a disappointing first half. And there's a foul as she looks to drive in.
I think it's Angreasa, the big girl, holding. Well, there's that three-pointer, but at the other end, the foul. Angreasa.
First three for DR Congo after missing their first 7 attempts in the game. Silla can't back that one in. It's touched back. A chance to run the floor now. Mambengi Teba. Gayisa, she's got players up in support. She'll go alone and she'll get contact as well. And a chance for a three-point play.
Well, the skills there of Angreasa. She strolled down the floor. It was almost in slow motion, but still nice soft touch. Let's see if she can get the maximum.
And if you're going to foul, make sure that your opponent's not going to score. And there was no way that foul was going to stop it. A really soft foul to give away.
Chucks the ball back to the referee, said, "Give it to me properly."
She misses the and one. Sacco to Silla. Gayisa the rebound on the defensive end. Quick release, it found its intended target eventually.
Just, yeah, optimistic.
Out to Mambengi Teba. Won't get the bounce. Gayisa trying the rebound on the offensive end. And still DL Congo ball, but there was an open look for Balonda Natumba for three. She just hit one a few seconds earlier. She didn't take it. Here she is again. Will she take this one? Yes, she will. Misses. Gayisa offensive rebound. Gayisa into the low post, and there's a call underneath. 3-second violation.
Shame. It was a good passing move there from DR Congo. And Guessa there displaying a great poise and vision.
Silla to Suma, the 43-year-old to the 19-year-old. They'll use her energy to get over half court. Here she is again, corner of the paint, back out. Bar will fire the three. Gayisa's come in and grabbed a few rebounds quickly in this quarter. Balonda Natumba onto Gayisa. Mambengi Teba, another three falls short. Suma wanted the ball quickly down the floor, but trapped here was Aisata Bangura.
Just casting my mind back last night and the night before as well. There's no way that would have been called a foul if it were Mali. Most aggressive defense I've seen in a long time from the host nation.
Well, that is the unofficial advantage that you get playing on home court, as well as the atmosphere in your favour. Mali will hope that carries them all the way to the gold. Silla to Suma.
Look at the hoop.
Bangura clings onto it. 6 seconds to shoot. Silla. Tough fall for her. She tried to squeeze through a gap. Down the other end, they have the numbers here, DR Congo. Do they have the poise? Yes, they do. Gayisa gets it to roll in with the soft touch.
Terrific ball move there, sharing it around, ending up with a shot very close to the hoop. Guinea guilty of running the play religiously, even when there are other options on. Very simple rule to remember on offense. When you get the ball, be a threat. And Guinea at the moment, not even looking at that thing up there with string on.
Just wondering what the lowest points tally is at the tournament so far. It looks like Guinea in that record defeat at this tournament to Nigeria when they scored 33. Lost the game by 73. 29 here, so not too far off. But considering, Roy, the different standard of opponent, you'd have to say it's been a really disappointing effort from them on offense.
Definitely, we had it down as a close game. I think we were justified in that as well. But 40 points, what do we know?
Another look for 3, but passed up by Balonda Natumba. Nyoka into Guinea, but a foul called.
Again, a fair attempt at defense then from Balonga, from Fanta.
Three-point shot again, number 5. Balonda Natumba gets her second of the quarter. Suma, the crossovers, trying to put the moves on Balonda Natumba. It's ricocheted for Keita, back to Suma. Suma spotting a gap.
Oh, great
and
move.
Getting between 3 of them. That's what she's capable of, the 19-year-old.
And scoring with the left hand.
It's a finishing that she needs to improve, but it was pretty good that time. Shamara going coast to coast. Back-to-back baskets for Guinea takes them to that 33-point mark, which is their lowest tally so far.
And of course they got 39 against the defending champions, Senegal.
And that 66-point defeat in the opening game of the tournament. Here's Suma again. Lightning fast crossover, misses the shot. That's what I was talking about with her finishing. Foul then on Keita.
Third foul, Keita. Actually, it's just gone up to a 4.
Now Shamara and Simone Keita in the game now on 4 fouls. 5.5 to play. Walking that disciplinary tightrope now. Congo Mediri across to Bombolo Bologna in towards the low post. Goyisa, easy enough for her, even against Keita.
Well, it should be no contest inside for Goyisa. On that occasion, it was no contest.
Mara gets contact as she tries to lay it up and in, so 2 for her from the stripe. One of those 2 players playing on 4 fouls for Guinea.
Tim, do my eyes deceive me, or we've seen throughout the tournament no foul markers go up from the table? It goes up on the big scoreboard. Is that a new initiative? If it is, it missed me. Passed me by. I thought the scorer was supposed to hold a foul marker up.
Yeah, I certainly haven't seen one. Midway point of the 4th quarter, and the lead is 39. Open 3, off the mark. Rebound Makongo Mediri. Kapinga Colombo. And a backcourt violation.
On that occasion, good defense created the turnover. And we have a timeout.
Timeout call with 4 minutes and 45 seconds to play in this one, the first of 6 games on court today. And the Democratic Republic of Congo well out in front, leading Guinea 74-35.
Ok, mettez-vous là-bas. Il faut libérer tous les espaces pour celles qui viennent du terrain.
S'il te plaît.
Hey. Ça commence par toi là. C'est pas animé, non. Ils sont toujours
DR Congo coach Papa Kayande has a problem trying to inspire his players, leading by an awful lot. And again, in a much more preferable situation than his opposite number, coach Usman Kamara. It all went wrong for Coach Kamara when he failed to stop that huge run of scoring against his team in that first half.
25 unanswered points from the Democratic Republic of Congo that blew the game wide open across the end of the first and through most of the second.
A couple of three-pointers there from DR Congo, having missed their first 7 attempts.
We rejoin the action just over the midway point of the fourth quarter.
And that's a backcourt violation.
A couple of backcourt violations in a row, one for either team. From Bolo Bologna to Congo Mediri, that's a good high entry pass that's caught well by Guinea. She certainly made her presence felt underneath. Double figures now from Guinea. Quick hands, but not quite able to take the ball there on defense. From Bolo Bologna. Guisa's directing traffic as she receives it on the foul line.
Yeah, you can see the experience that she gained in the WNBA. Almost every time she gets the ball.
Keita gets the rebound on defense this time after the missed three from Kabanga Colombo. Aisha Mara. Suma. Stops, goes again, kicks it back, Bangura. Mara invited to try and shoot the three, but dances towards the baseline. Shot clock violation. On Bolo Bologna. Almost forgot to take the ball with her. Off the mark from the game's leading scorer, Congo Mediri. She has been joined in double figures by 2 of her teammates now, 11 for Mazunga Nyota and 10 for Bernadette Unguisa.
As we take the long walk for the free throws, DR Congo in the penalty. What's just occurred to me, Tim, the startling difference between the top teams in this tournament and the less than top teams, if that's the right expression. The quickness of passing, the quickness of spotting the available player. There was a situation there where DR Congo had a player available with no one anywhere near her, and the pass eventually got there. Had that been someone like Gandiba for Mali, it would have been in the blink of an eye, it would have been there. That's the difference. There are definitely 2 standards here. Good and not so good. Or in Mali, Angola, etc., their case is very good and not so very good.
And the mouth-watering prospect for the following 3 days of competition is that those good teams will face off against each other in the quarterfinals, semis and the medal matches. Tumba into Guisa, who will go to the foul line again. The difference in standard has been illustrated quite clearly by those 60 and 70 point margins we've been talking about. Plenty of 30s, 40s. And in this one here, perhaps a little surprisingly, it's 31. beg your pardon, it's 36.
Right first time, Tim.
41. We'll get there eventually. 41.
Your maths is as bad as mine.
41. Third time lucky. We didn't expect it in this one.
No, this had single figure margin written all over it, or it should have had.
Suma's first free throw missed. We're into the final 3 minutes. Gets the second.
Well, that's just lazy. Anguissa there was no pressure, and she's saying, I did take it off court, referee, and the referee was dead right. She was on the court when she inbounded it. That's just sloppy.
Turnover into Mara. Long 2 for Bar. Guinea with the rebound.
Making up for that error.
It's a real battle to get it over centre court. Just about did in time.
That's good Dinar defence.
Guinea high into Congo Madiri. They've torn the Guinea defence to shreds, those two.
That's a shame, because Simone Keita did a great job in denying the ball into the low post.
No Shamara. Bar to the baseline, forced away by Makongo Madiri, and threw the pass way over the head of Bangura. Makongo Madiri trying to return the favour high to Guinea, but back out it comes for the 3. Try and save it on the baseline, but back into Suma's hands. There's that Suma surge again. Plenty of contact along the way.
She's quick. And past her opponent then, and drew the foul in the same time. There we go. There's the foul.
Saying a few moments ago, it has been an improved second half for her, particularly with some of her finishing. She's up to double figures now.
Well, for the second free throw, she walked along the foul line to a different spot. Get it right the first time.
Kapinga Colombo. There's another high entry pass underneath and another foul. And it goes into Guisa and even more so to Makongo Madiri in the low post high. There's nobody else who can reach it for Guinea.
Yeah, the trouble is against better teams in this group. It was so predictable and so slow, that high-low move. No problems here tonight, or this morning rather, against Guinea, but other teams, it is easy to read.
Makongo Madiri with a 20-point game now. 8 of 9 from the foul line, 6 of 8 from the field. That's not bad. An efficient morning's work. Final minute and change now. Kapinga Colombo across to the far side. Aisha Mara into that low post area again. Knocked away this time from Guisa.
Good strip there from Simone Keita.
Here we go, final minute. Bangura looking back out to Bar. Bar turns into the double team and gets called for the travel.
If there's a message for the Guinea players here, and the coach should be giving it to them, do the simple things. I mean, why spin dribble there into trouble and travel? She had a look at the hoop. She didn't put it in a threatening situation and try and make a difficult move when it was much easier to do a simple thing.
Timeout call with 52 seconds remaining. The Democratic Republic of Congo up 79-37 over Guinea.
Slow start to the tournament for Anguissa. but she's had more of an impact as the tournament has grown.
A slow start to the tournament for DR Congo, wasn't it? And they have grown as it's gone on. Pushed Senegal, the defending champions, close, and now a minute or so away from picking up their first win. They'll look to finish as high in the rankings as possible. Their confirmation of the double-figure game for Guinea.
Yeah, showing her class there, albeit in somewhat slow motion sometimes.
DR Congo, three-time African champions, but they didn't qualify for the last tournament a couple of years ago, so they'll want to give this as good an effort as possible. They can potentially finish as high as 9th. Long two, won't go for Kapinga Colombo. Offensive rebound, back out. And a fresh 14, only 30 seconds to play. Congo Mediri trying to find Guinea.
Last couple of,
not having it that time.
Last couple of defences, Guinea have read that pass into Ngoesa. It took them a while to recognise it though.
Swatted away with only 4 seconds left on the shot clock, and then the shot clock will be turned off after that. And Congo Mediri from the foul line. Oh, she gets it to go. Perhaps her most difficult shot of the game.
And going left and shooting right.
22 points for her now. Suma bursting down the floor. Again, no clock management whatsoever. It leaves 10 seconds for DR Congo to get one more score. Get it away in time at the buzzer from the corner, right in the corner as well. Belonda Natumba, not for the first time from downtown. A sweet finish to the game for DR Congo. They pick up their first win in style.
Well, the story of the game was that 25-point surge of scoring by the DR Congo, straddling the first and second quarters. And Guinea coach Usman Kamara's got to look at that and say, what could I have done to have stopped that?
47 the differential in the end as the Democratic Republic of Congo beat Guinea 84-37.
Somewhat deflated Guinea players here. You know, they've come bottom of the group. I think even had they played well, they were up against a better team, a bigger team, a more organised team. But if you take a couple of veterans out, some of the younger players there have got to look at that and say, should we have sat in that zone for a long time? Well, the answer pretty obvious. Defence sets the tone of the game, and that zone set a very sluggish tone for them.
We see some of the leaders. The 22 points of Congo Mediri stands out. Biggest game of the tournament for her. More than double her average so far. And another 3 in double figures. 11 each for Nyota and Natumba, as well as 10 for Guinea. Big win then for DR Congo. Their first of the tournament as they move to 1-4. Guinea fall to 0-5 and will finish bottom of the group. The final score, Guinea 37. The Democratic Republic of Congo 84.
trabalhar. Tá. Agora o foco. Foco, né? Vê lá agora. Tem manual. Foca.